welcome back to the final episode today. The final episode of tonight. By the time you see this video, by the time you see this video, it will be the morning after. So, by the time you see this video, it will be tomorrow morning. I'm filming this the night prior tomorrow.
Please excuse my buddy here. He's a very confused little boy. Well, if he wants to stay, he has to prove he's a worthy ghost. You want to see worthy? Watch this. I call it my exploding head trick. We need to huddle. What do you think you're doing? You gotta blow this for me. Relax, they suspect nothing. Preston, get over here. Welcome to Boo Crew. I'm in? Yes! Greatest day ever! Oh, one other thing. Frank, you're in too. Yes!
Okay, so yeah, this is part 2 of our character tier list. Our character ranking tier list for the Scream franchise. In the part 1, we ranked the Scream 1, 2, and 3 characters in a tier list, and now we're going to complete the tier list by doing the characters of 4, 5, and 6. Starting off with Jill. Now, Jill, one of the main Ghostface killers alongside Charlie, and
Stick around. They'll eventually realize you're not a ghost and I'll be kicked out. Easy, Louie. Don't know Ben's out of shape.
a pretty good one at that, and also a great character, and also well acted by Emma Roberts. So she goes in Scream's best.
No idea how to get yourself back to normal, do you? Not a clue.
It's very interesting when we get to the Scream characters where I rank them, or Scream 6 characters where I rank them, especially the characters, especially Mindy, Chad, Cindy, especially Mindy, Chad, Sam, and Tara, who were in Scream 5 and survived Scream 5, and who were in Scream 5, survived it, and were also in Scream 6.
Yes, that's my high-tech hidden camera.
Because we have more to go off.
See a place to plug it in.
And especially with Gail, we also have what happened in season 6. Yes, Gail wasn't too much involved in season 6, but still, she was in season 6.
Thank you so much for coming. I'm sure.
Zip it! The only thing that's gonna save your bakery is cash. Or fancy teacups. I'm a collector. Just forget it, I want cash.
Kirby again, as well, just like her friend Jill, is gonna be just like her friend Jill is gonna be going in Scream's best. Hayden Panettiere, and if she wasn't in Scream, if she hadn't played a big part in Scream 6, she would be on the edge of great. But her part in Scream 6 boosts her up to Scream's best.
My fruit to my claim.
Sorry. I didn't mean to think that.
So that's Kirby. Next up, Charlie Walker.
Love your little game.
Like I said, the worst Ghostface killer. So as he's the worst Ghostface killer, he has to go in the same tier as Roman Bridger.
This on tape. Oh, I'll take some.
So yeah, he goes in Are You Even a Fan of Horror Film Movies? He obviously is a fan of horror movies, but the Are You Even a Fan of Horror Movies is the tier for the worst of the worst. The characters that are awful. The awful characters, and he's one of them. Deputy Hoss and Deputy Perkins, played by Anthony Anderson, and Deputy Hoss, played by one of the best actors, Adam Brody, will both be ranked together, and they will both go in Too Much to Deal With. Obviously, Perkins puts up more of a fight against Ghostface compared to his partner Hoss.
Cool. I thought I could show you how to do my exploding head.
And as for Hoss, they could have Scream 4 could have definitely used him a lot more, but just a wasted character. But cops do not have the best track records in terms of Scream films.
What's up? Woo! sweet, huh? It's the most beautiful thing I've ever. What's that? Oh, we brought Frank Sue. Where is he? I sent him away. What? You can't decide who's in the club? Besides, Frank is awesome. So find him. No! I'll get him. You wait here.
Kate Roberts, Jill's mum.
Until you get
Hmm?
Frank. Be right back. That wasn't me.
Kate Roberts, Jill's mum and Sydney's mum's sister. So yeah, Kate Roberts, Jill's mum and Sydney and Maureen Prescott's sister. Not used enough in Scream. So as much as she seems like a kind lady, she's gonna go in. Are you even a fan of horror movies? Because she's not used at all, basically at all. The only really good scene involving her, the only really good scene.
Conrad versus High Square Bakery.
The only real reason why, the only real good scene that she's in is the one where she gets killed. Now, Judy Hicks helped out a lot by her appearance in Scream 5, all by it being short, and because of that, she can't go in the best, but Scream's best. But she's going on the edge of great because she is a good character.
Together longer than I thought she would.
Come on, Baker. It's been 10 minutes since my move. Always with the head games. Change of plans. I need you back upstairs. They won't give me my Boku deck until I get Frank back. Oh, so now you need me in your club? I don't know. I'm pretty busy. Can we skip the part where you give me a hard
Trevor. Like I said, he was on. Like you should hopefully see if you had watched my worst characters video and why they suck, video, then you'll know that he's on it, and that's why he's gonna go in. Are you even a fan of horror movies? Trevor. You're so forgettable. I don't even know your second name.
I'm gonna need a little sugar.
Olivia underused, and because of that, I'm surprisingly gonna put her in Characters Forgotten.
I'm not interested that in 5th grade you
Again, that she is forgotten by most Scream fans. Like Scream fans, when they talk about Scream 4, don't mention the fact that Olivia was in it. So Characters Forgotten. Next up is Rachel. Rachel is Rebecca Walters.
Your Honor, I have evidence that proves this man is the baker. You're going down, sucker.
You was only interested.
This is you talking about a skin rash.
Rebecca Walters, just like Trevor before her, goes in, just like Trevor before her. Are you even a fan of horror movies? Alison Brie does her best, but she's a despicable character, so easy option. Gotta be, are you even a fan of horror movies?
Unless you can provide any credible evidence, I'm ready to rule in favor of Mr. Conrad.
We can't let this pesky jerk take the bakery.
Pesky, that's it. Dad, fly with me.
Hi, Conrad. Nobody likes liars.
Who's in there?
The fly that's gonna lay eggs in your ears.
Mr. Conrad, is there a problem?
Tell it, Conrad. Tell him the truth. Or face the music.
Look at that! It's a miracle! I'm healed! Okay, that one really hurt. I'm suing this court.
Good luck with that. Case dismissed. Bless you, Lady Justice. You may be blind, but you see.
Now we're getting into some interesting characters to rank, given the fact they're only in the opening, just like the opening of the opening characters, are not in it long. And that is Chloe and Rachel. Chloe played by Kristen Bell. Everyone loves Kristen Bell. Chloe and Rachel, played by Anna Paquin. Chloe played by Kristen Bell and Rachel played by Anna Paquin. Sherry played by the wonderful Aria. Lucy Hale, and Trudy, and then Marnie and Jenny. They were the 6 characters in the 2 stab fake outs, and the opening and the proper opening scene of Scream 4. Sherry and Marnie. Are you even a fan of horror movies?
Not a ghost.
Yeah, is there something about that in the bylaws? Because
Louie, you brought a human into this club? The thing is, we're gonna need your jacket back.
wait, Louis didn't know. I tricked him into thinking I was a ghost, just like I tricked you guys. This is all my fault, not his.
It's true. I trust too much. Okay. Louis stays. But Frank, you better get out of here. Go on, get out of here. You're not worthy.
Hey, easy, Billy. A minute ago, you thought Frank was awesome just because he's a little different. A little? He's human, so he's not perfect. Who here is? Bridget, you're afraid of the dark. And Stinky Pete, you smell really, really bad.
Okay, continuing on.
And Billy,
Marnie and Jenny, definitely. Are you even a fan of horror films? They're not good. They are rubbish. They go straight into the bottom tier. No questions answered.
Human boy. And Boo Crew. Well, I guess there's a first time for everything. Frank, you're back in.
Are you serious? Yes, this is so awesome! Let's not forget Louis' wise words about acceptance.
I am dumbfounded and horrified by this shocking revelation. As to you, madam, I say good day. I say good day!
Fine, I'll go. Too easy.
And when I was 5, I pretended to eat my property.
Now I'm having a hard time with the other 4 because I don't know much about them. I'm gonna put both Kristen Bell's character in. I'm gonna put Kristen Bell's character in Cats is Forgotten because she did kill someone in. She did kill her friend Rachel in the scene that she was in, and Kristen Bell's such a good character that I have to rank her high. I have to put her at least middle.
Muffin.
I'm guessing that's to go.
Rachel, are you even a fan of horror movies? I know it's a bit harsh, but still. Not as good as her brother. I'm going to put Sherry, played by the wonderful Lucy Hale, in Not Much to Deal With. And that's mainly the fact that it's... And that's because... Not because of the character, but that's because of Lucy Hale. I'm putting Sherry in Not Much to Deal With, not because of the character, but because of the actor playing her in Lucy Hale, who I absolutely adore and love.
Hey, bro. Notice anything new?
Who's next? We've only got 2 more killers. Like I said, Trudy. Oh, Trudy. What do I do with you? I'm gonna put you in. Are you even a fan of horror movies? I can't think of anywhere else to put her.
Where'd you find those? On the web?
Where'd you get yours? A stupid shoe store?
And finally, last but not least, last Scream 4 character before we move on to our characters from Scream 5. And the characters that survive Scream 5 I'll actually rank alongside the Scream 6 characters. So final player is Robbie Mercer. The final Scream 4 character is Robbie Mercer. Not much to deal with. He's a bit of a pointless character. And tried to pretend that he was gay just to not be killed by Ghostface. And we all know you can't make that up those sorts of things. Because Ghostface will kill you no matter what. And also, not being killed because you're gay is in some films isn't the case. Because in some films, gay couples do get killed off.
I actually met Leaf in Ghost World. Cool guy.
Now we've got the Scream 5 characters. First up is the killer himself that links both Scream 5, the first killer of Scream 5 that links both Scream 5 and Scream 6 together with the plot twist in Scream 6. Spencer Scream 5 is going to go on the edge of great. I like Richie. I think Jack Quaid does a good job playing him.
Oh, you're serious. Besides, I've got to get ready for a big date. Good one, Miles. Oh, you're serious. Are you done? Good, because I have some ghost ironing to do. And yes, I'm serious. So, a little birdie told me you're in a bit of a pickle.
So yeah, Richie goes in on the edge of great. I actually do like Richie. Jack Quaid does a great job of portraying him, and overall just a good character. Who's next from Scream 5? And just from Scream 5. Next character just from Scream 5 is Amber. Are you even a fan of horror movies? You already know that I hate Amber, so unfortunately she goes in, are you even a fan of horror movies? Okay, so she goes, you know how much I hate Amber, so are you even a fan of horror movies? Wes, played by the absolutely amazing Dylan Minnette, who was obviously in Don't Breathe. And obviously the famous series, 13 Reasons Why, will go in on the edge of great. I liked Wes.
When I suggested you get help from a top-notch ghost, I meant me. So either I didn't give you enough clues, or you don't think I'm capable. No! I'm leaning towards number 2. It's an outrage. Whenever someone in this house has a problem, they call my dad or Miles. Do you need help getting up? Should I call your dad or Miles? I'm fine.
Okay, so Wes goes in.
Get the job done.
So why? Oh my God! Why can't? Oh my!
Don't tell me. Leave Erickson.
Yes.
No, that's not it.
Okay, 1 second. Sort of the same problem that occurred in the last part is happening again. So we've just tried to sort it out, and we've done exactly that. There you go. Back to the character ranking. Back to the character ranking. Like I said, we literally just put Wes Hicks in on the edge of it because I actually do like him. Liv. I hate to be harsh on Liv because she's a nice girl and she's hot as hell. But are you even a fan of horror movies?
What is it saying? Do they like me?
Just as bland as Amber.
Love my customers. They are so kind.
But the owner seems slightly out of her gourd.
Liars!
Sliding?
That's a bit unfair to Liv, but you know, is she really a fan of horror movies? I know Amber claims she's a fan of horror movies, but again, the Are You Fan of Horror Movies isn't for the characters that aren't a fan don't know anything about horror. They're for the characters that are the worst of the worst. And unfortunately, Liv is just one of the worst characters. But the reason why she wasn't in my worst characters episode was there's some redeeming qualities to her. The fact that she's a nice girl and the fact that she's hot.
Probably just some teenagers fooling around. Exactly. And on a totally different subject, I have some great relaxation tips.
Vince, our final Scream 5 character that was only in Scream 5. Before we come to the most important thing, ranking the new characters from Scream 6, is Vince. Vince,
Found your inner butterfly?
not used much. That you had so much. You had a promising character that you could have used a lot more in Scream 5, but you killed him off. And that's not anything to do with the character himself. It's to do with the fact that he's underutilized and not used enough. Vince, you go in, not much to deal with. But are you even a fan of horror movies? Because I actually kind of like him, despite how bad he is now.
I am but a butterfly. Fly, butterfly, fly.
We have the difficult choices. We have the killers. We have the new characters from Scream 6, plus the Scream 5 characters that appeared in Scream, that survived Scream 5 and appeared in Scream 6. So the final characters we're going to go through are Sam, Tara, Chad, Mindy, Chad, Dr. Christopher Stone, Ethan, Quinn, Annika, Detective Bailey, Jason, Danny, and Laura. Let's start off with the 2 opening kills. Laura first.
No. No.
Stop guessing, it's me. Taylor.
Don't know much about her,
Louis, did you get him? Of course.
but what we got from her is okay, and it's enough to put her in. It's enough to put her in. Not much to do with her, and she's not a bad character, so she doesn't deserve to go in the bottom tier. So she's going in the second bottom tier.
Who's this?
Horace the Horrible? I said Leif Erikson. I'm pretty sure you said Horace the Horrible. And I
The second bottom tier, the tier in this tier list, from the second bottom tier to the first tier are actually good characters. The 5th tier is really the only truly tier for truly bad characters. Not much to none of the characters in Not Much to Deal With are bad characters. They're just not used enough.
not available in Viking Tag.
Like Laura's not a bad character. She's a good character, but she's just only used. She's only in like 5 to 7 minutes of the film. And her fellow opening kill is also in the film for not too long, but just like Laura, isn't a bad character. So he goes in Not Much to Deal With.
No, I'll fix this. Horace, sweetheart. Walk with me, talk with me.
Horace claimed this land to be new home. Call it Horacelandia. Now, we plunder.
Who's up next? Let's
You think?
get rid of the character that I disliked the most in Scream 6, and that was Dr. Christopher Stone. Not that he was bad, the acted, but just he's a bad character. And because of that, he's going to go, are you even a fan of horror movies? He's in one proper scene, and then the second scene he's killed off. So, are you even a fan of horror movies?
Wow, there are a lot of flowers in here.
Because he is also a bad character.
What can you say?
But well acted by Henry Chernzy, who was in Ready or Not alongside Samara Weaving, who played Laura, and obviously was directed by the directors of Scream 5 and 6, Radio Silence. Matt Bettinelli Open and Tyler Gillette, and their best friend, who I forgot the name of. And then the other person who I forgot the name of. And the other person who makes Radio Silence, I forgot his name.
There's his little lavender.
Now let's go for the character that I feel like deserved to be in Scream 6 longer than she was.
What do you think of the flowers?
And that is Annika. And I'm going to put her in Characters Forgotten because eventually in 2-3 years' time, she will be a character forgotten in the franchise. So with her placement, I'm looking at where she'll be in the future, and where I think she'll be in the future is for Characters Forgotten tier. Which is sad because I like Annika. She's a good character. She's a nice girl. She's like a nice girl. And she's cute with Mindy, so it was sad to see her go. But, it's a Scream film. Anyone can die. Even someone as nice as Annika.
Always do.
Who's up? Who do we go next?
I need your help.
So
I
we've
think I messed up.
Bro, the vase messed
got
up.
Tara, Sam, Mindy, Chad, Ethan, Quinn, Detective Bailey, and Danny left.
I accidentally chased his date away.
What'd you do?
I was just telling her some stuff about Miles. Next thing you know, she left.
Frankie, Miles is gonna be crushed.
Let's do Danny, who, when I started watching this film and he was introduced, I was like, oh, he's the boyfriend guy for Sam. He's gonna get killed off, but he survived the whole film. And to be honest, I liked him. I was surprised that he survived the whole film, but I'm happy he survived the whole film because he's a good character.
Girl at Miles' event.
This is how she sounds and looks. Oh, now it's completely normal.
Maribel, so glad you're here.
Miles?
Whoa, strong.
What's strong is your choice of bow tie. Dial it down, Maribel.
So Danny goes in on the Edge of Great because I actually liked him as a character, despite the fact that I was surprised to see him survive the whole film. Now we've got the killers. Now let's do the killers. So we've got Quinn, Ethan, and Detective Bailey. Let's get Ethan. Let's do Ethan first.
Back to Ghost World.
You know what?
Not cool, Horace.
I don't want disrespect. I don't think Ethan deserves to be put in. Not much to deal with because he does more in Scream 6. He does more than what he's in Scream 6. I can't put Ethan in not Characters Forgotten because I don't think he'll be a Character Forgotten given he's one of the killers, and I can't put him in Not Much to Deal With because he's better than the characters in Not Much to Deal With. So because of that, I have to put him in Edge of Great, and that will be the same for Quinn and Detective Bailey. They're not going to be in Characters Forgotten because they're always going to be known as the killers. They're not going to get in the bottom tier because they're in the second to last tier because they're better than every character in the second to last tier, so they have to go on the Edge of Great. So Ethan on the Edge of Great, Quinn on the Edge of Great. I got the name for the second tier. I named the second tier on the Edge of Great because of June the Phantoms, where there's a song in it called Edge of Great, so that's why I called second tier on the Edge of Great. It's because it was about the band Julian Phantoms being on the edge of greatness. Quinn. Quinn and let's go, and then finally Detective Bailey. Again on the edge of great, and that's the last character that we put on the Edge of Great. And actually, that's it for the bottom four categories. Bottom four categories, not much to deal with. Characters forgot. The bottom four categories. Are you even a fan of horror movies? Not much to deal with. Characters forgotten and on the Edge of Great are done because the remaining four characters, Chad nicknames the Fab Four, are all gonna be in characters. Are all gonna be in Scream's Best.
17-minute saxophone solo. Are you okay? You don't seem yourself today. And what happened to all my flowers?
They were a little much.
Definitely.
I mean,
I like them. Oh, brother. Hey, Miles. You know it'd be fun if you showed Maribel your new suspenders.
great idea. Why save those babies for flat day and I can bring them out now?
Right, you're a terrible girl.
I don't care. This is better than Miles finding out he got stood up.
I know, but what do we do?
So Sam, the new Sydney was, I think, harshly criticised in Scream 5, but I feel like she completely made up for it in Scream 6. Tara was completely bedridden and hospital-ridden for Scream 5, and Scream 6 she played a bigger role, and Jenna Ortega was badass. Mindy, yes, she doesn't get the biggest role. She doesn't play the biggest part in both Scream 5 or Scream 6, but she's part of the Fab Four. And Chad is my favourite character of Scream 5 and was pretty memorable in Scream. Is my favourite character of Scream 5 and was pretty memorable in Scream 6, being my favourite character in that film. Sorry, and
Pick my nose? Yeah, huh?
Miles, this one's quietly.
and Chad was underused in Scream 5. I want to see he was attacked in Scream during the Scream 5 third act. He was out of the film. He was not. He was not in the film for the he was not in the rest of the film until the ending. But in Scream 6, he played a much bigger role, and if you will know if you've watched my characters ranking for Scream 6, that he was my favorite character of Scream 6. But every character from the Scream series put in a tier.
Now that you're my boyfriend, I can really relax and be myself.
Boyfriend? Oh, not really.
We're gonna go from the bottom to the top of this on this tier list and give you the characters in each tier. So,
Boy.
are you a fan of horror movies? We have Roman Bridger, John Moulton, Lance Henderson's character, Tom Prince, Sarah Darling, Charlie Walker, Kate Roberts, Trevor, what's his second name? Rebecca Walters, Marnie, Jenny, Rachel, Trudy, Amber, Liv, and Dr. Christopher Stone.
Guess I'm not the top-notch ghost I thought it was.
Ooh, pretty.
In not much to deal with, we have Sheriff Burke. Got his name, Sheriff Burke. Neil Prescott.
So wait,
Phil Stevens got his name. Got Maureen Prescott's boyfriend's name. Maureen Evans' boyfriend's name. Correct. Rebecca Gayhart's character, Portia de Rossi's character, Angelina, Tyson, Christina, Sheriff Perkins, Deputy Perkins, Deputy Hoss,
I wanted to make a good impression.
Sherry, Robbie Mercer, Vince, Laura, Jason. In Characters Forgotten, Kenny, Steve, Cece, Cooper, Joel, Olivia, Chloe, Annika. In On the Edge of Great, Casey Becker, Cotton Weary,
Do I?
Principal Winkler,
I think that's crazy.
Principal Winkler, Mrs. Loomis, Hallie, Derek, Maureen Evans, Mark Kincaid, Jennifer Jolie's bodyguard, played by Patrick Warburton, Judy Hicks, Richie Kirsch, Wes Hicks, Danny, Ethan, Quinn, Detective Bailey, and finally in Scream's best, the final girl, Sydney, and her two fellow trio, iconic, and her two fellow legacy characters, Gail and Dewey. We have the first two killers of Scream, the first two killers in the Scream franchise, Billy and Stu. Stu's girlfriend, Tatum, the geek character, our favourite geek, Randy, Mickey, my favourite Ghostface killer, Jennifer Jolie, the best part of Scream 3, Martha Meek's a nice addition, Jill, the best part of Scream 4, Kirby, great, is amazing, great to see her back in Scream 5, Sam, Rocky Road in Scream 5, but definitely will be more respected after Scream 6. Tara, Jenna Ortega, just as amazing. Mindy, underused but still a decent character. And Chad, the final member of the Core 4 and my favourite character in Scream 6. That's it. That is the tier list for the Scream characters. But until my next video, I'm out. Peace. Bye. So subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell to catch up with all my latest videos. But until my next video, which won't be Scream related,
Excuse me, young man. Don't slouch. Stand up straight.
Horse confused.
Put those drinks down this instant. You are a bad.
but until next episode, which hopefully won't be a Scream video, but hopefully until next episode, which hopefully won't be a Scream video, I'm out and I'll see you in the future. Peace and bye. Bye. Thank you for watching.